Welcome in. Good afternoon. Come on in. Come on in, everyone. Welcome in. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Whatever part of the day it is for you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good afternoon. Good evening. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you? Welcome in. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you today? Welcome in. Hey, love. How are you today? Welcome in. How are you? Are you feeling better? Okay. Okay. Email? Okay. All right. Good. I'll check it. I'll check it when I'm done. How you feeling? Are you feeling any better? Yeah. Yeah. Love says, hey, La. And she says, hey, everyone. Yes, how are you today? Welcome in, welcome in. Are you feeling any better? Are you feeling any better today? Yeah, welcome in. I hope you feel better. Welcome in. Love says, feeling much better by God's grace. Yes, just emailed you. Okay, alrighty. When I'm done here, in between getting my daughter, I will definitely check your email. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so glad you're doing better. Um, I'm doing okay today. I'm doing okay today. I went live yesterday, just no topic, just coming back and catching up. Um, and the irony of it all is just really a lot of people have been going through almost something similar, very, very similar. So it's maybe it's the time of year, but a lot of us had confessions that we had a lot of the similar, just certain feelings and going through some things. But we're doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm glad you are better. Um, Yeah, you're the only one that said anything so far. It looks like a couple other people are coming in, but you're the only one that's said hi so far. So yeah, so today's topic is the double standard joker narcissist. Yeah. Yep, and what that looks like, what are some things that they do? Yeah, it's just Joker is an understatement. Joker is an understatement when um, you have those people who are double standard. Um, they kind of have the mentality that they can do whatever they want to you and to whomever. Um, and they hold you accountable for your actions and the things that you do, which should be the case, especially if you do something inappropriate or wrong. Um, but the other side to that is they can be disrespectful, they can be disloyal, they can lie, they can cheat, they can steal, they can do, they can embarrass you in public, they can um, just do some really disrespectful things. Um, and they don't want to hold themselves accountable. And they don't want you to hold them accountable for their actions. But don't you dare do anything that they do on any level. That's not acceptable to them, which it shouldn't be, but it should be on both sides. Both sides should not lie, cheat, steal, be disrespectful on either side. But these toxic and narcissistic people feel that they can be disloyal and disrespectful to you, but don't you dare be disloyal or be disrespectful to them in any way. So yeah, it's just it's irony. It's irony. It is a joke, a complete joke. So yeah, yep. Hey, Half Moon, how are you today? Welcome in, welcome in. Half Moon says, hi, hi. How are you today, Half Moon? How is everything? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. As you guys come in, if you would just hit the like button and then say hi. Just if you're shy, just put a hand up and say hi. And so we could acknowledge your presence and like and share the live. If you have someone that is going through something similar, definitely share the live. Half Moon says they can, but we better not. Half Moon, mwah. Right. They can do it. They can say it. They can act out. They can have tantrums. Not to say that we want to do these things. It's just comical and just ridiculous how they can do the most asinine, most disgusting thing to you. And like Half Moon says, they can ... whatever that is at the end. But we better not. We better not. They can cheat. They can run around town and cheat with all of the above. But don't you dare even let them even think for an inkling that you are cheating. Well, they accuse you of cheating anyway. They always accuse you of cheating. And the reason they accuse you of cheating is because they know that that's what they're doing. So to take the focus off of them and put it on you, they flip it on you, and whatever it is that they are doing, whatever acts they are doing, whatever distasteful things they are doing, they will accuse you or someone else of, or they'll come up with a storyline to get you on that wild goose chase so that you don't figure out that that's what they're doing. But don't you, they can cheat with Tom, Harry, Sue, Mary, Isabel, Jonathan, you name it. But you better not. You better not. Because they're going to hold you to the fire. They're going to hold you to the fire. You better not. We can't. We can't, but they can. Yeah. Yep. And then Half Moon says, I'm doing great. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, Lawrence. How are you today? Welcome in. Lawrence says, Trusting God Tuesday. Yes. I miss you and the family. Aw. I missed you guys too. I missed you too. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, y'all thought I wasn't going to say it. Smash that like button, y'all. Lawrence said, smash the like button. Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Lawrence, you're a mess. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. That is hilarious. I love it. Yes, I miss you saying that. How you been? How have you been? How have you been? Yes. Smash the like button, guys, like Lawrence says. And yeah, so uh, double standard, double standards, double standard jokers. They're jokers. They're jokers. And they have that double standard. You know, it's like the old school grandmother who's smokes a pack of cigarettes in 10 minutes. And while lighting a cigarette, you know, she says with her raspy voice, you better not be smoking. It's not funny. It's not funny, but listen, you have to find humor in things. But yeah, they'll tell you, don't smoke. Smoking is bad for you. But meanwhile, before one is done going out, they're lighting another one. So yeah, double standard, you know. They're doing one thing um, and then telling you not to do the very thing that they are doing. So yeah, yeah. Um, Half Moon said, I found another great channel, Empath Warrior. Igor has a good message. Good. Awesome. 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 And then, hey, Annie, how are you today? Welcome in. Annie says, good afternoon, Miss Treasure. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Lawrence, and hey, Raven, and hey, Love. Yeah, yeah. How are you today, Annie? We missed you. I missed you. I missed you guys. I miss you guys. I miss communing with you guys. So, yeah, yep. Had to take a little hiatus and just get my mind right and work on me and do some things. So, but doing much better now. And so we're pressing forward and we're moving forward. So yes, yep. And how are you, Eddie? How you doing today? And then Lawrence says, how are you, treasure, if I didn't see your face this week, I was booking a ticket. Oh my goodness. Lawrence says, if he didn't see my face this week, he was booking a ticket to South Florida, as the kids would say, period. Oh my goodness. That is too funny. I love it. Yeah, no, I couldn't go any longer. No. No, no. I don't want you guys to forget about me. No, definitely not. Yeah, but that's hilarious. I love it. I love it, Lawrence. You made me laugh, and you know I love to laugh, and you know I laugh loud. That is too funny. I love it. Annie says, "Do Annie, Annie, mwah." Annie says, "Do as I say, not as I do." You got it, Annie. Spot on, spot on, spot on. Do as I say, not as I do. Right, double standard. And let's not forget the Joker, the Jokers, Jokers of the day, Jokers of the week, Jokers of the year. Yeah, yep. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. That is perfect. Do as I say, not as I do. Well, how about you lead by example? How about you practice what you preach? How about you hold yourself accountable? They don't do any of those things. Narcissists don't do any of those things. So yeah, narcissist mindset is do as I say out of their mouth, but not as they do, not their actions. Their actions don't equal in any way at all the things that they say, because they will tell you that they're not cheaters. They don't cheat. That's not them. But then they'll blatantly cheat and then tell you that they're grown and they can do whatever they want. Well, are you a cheater or are you not a cheater? It doesn't, those two don't add up. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah. So yep, do as I say, not as I do. I love it. I love it. And Lauren says, hey Annie, half moon and love. Yeah, yeah. Annie says, I'm fine, thanks. Awesome. And then Annie says, smashed. Yes, Annie, I love it. Annie says, hi, I was a little worried about you also. LOL. Aw, thank you, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so sweet. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm back. I'm back. Annie is throwing kisses. I love it. I'm catching them. And then Annie says, yep, they play victim if we do as them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So don't you, they can respond and act out a certain way if they feel that they've been disrespected, or you respond to them how they don't think that you should respond to them. Yeah, they'll come back and say that you are being disrespectful, or why are you acting this way? Meanwhile, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days ago, they had the biggest tantrum in the world, banging things, throwing things, acting out, being disrespectful, being inappropriate in front of you, in front of the kids, doing all these things, yelling and cursing and screaming. And then a couple of days later, you yell at them and you tell them, I don't like what you're doing. And maybe you're a little aggressive with what you say and how you say it. And they looking at you like you're crazy and want to know, who are you talking to? Don't talk to me that way. Meanwhile, a couple of days ago, or I love this one. Why are you cursing? You were just cursing up a storm and cursing like a pirate a couple of days ago, and you may say a simple word like hell, and they're like looking at you like you're crazy. Yeah, double standard jokers. I'm telling you, double standard jokers. Unbelievable. Annie says, Baho, then it's gaslighting. Yep, and it's our fault. Always same BS. Yep, yep. Absolutely right, Annie. Absolutely correct. Yep. So true. Yeah. Yep. That is what they do. And Annie says, yep, I know. Yep. Lawrence says, I don't need to come to Florida, do I? Because I will. I mean, I love the Lord, but treasure, I sue. Lawrence, I suit up and boot up if I need to, okay? If need to be. Lord have mercy. Smash the like button. You heard. You heard me. Oh, Lord, Lawrence. And then Annie is laughing at you, Lawrence. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what I'm going to do with you guys. Oh, my goodness. Too funny. I love it. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. Half says, we're not married, so I'm single. Yep. And if we were married, my home would be a safe place to cheat from. Yeah. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable and just asinine. I don't know, and ridiculous. Those are the two words that come to my mind of just how ridiculous their mindsets are, that they can be the most inappropriate and disgusting people in the world, and on all levels. But don't you dare play with them. Don't you dare even think about doing something. Yeah. Yep. They're going to hold you to the fire and nail you to the cross. Yep. Absolutely. Hey, Plush Time. How you doing today? Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you today? Plush Time says, I am a size Amiz with here at message from. I'm not sure what that means. Annie says, Raven, yep, good example. Crazy. Yep. And then Plushdown says, they're doing road work on my street of all streets, and I have to hear the jackhammer. I'm doing good. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Annie says, he broke my eye, then said it was my face fault. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Annie. I'm so sorry. Ooh, so sorry. So sorry. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable how some of the things that they do is just vile, disgusting, disrespectful, violent, but they don't hold themselves accountable. They don't hold themselves accountable. They put the blame on you. Yeah, they put the blame on you. Yep. And I'm sorry, so sorry, Annie. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that you had to experience that. And I'm sorry that he did that and then on top of that blamed you. This is what we're talking about here, the double standard. You know, doing something very, very disrespectful, but then flipping it back on you and making it as though it's your fault. Absolutely ridiculous. Plush Time says the jackhammer is extremely annoying. I cannot hear anything, so I am close the window. Annie says nonsense, and then Annie says hi TV. What jack? Yeah, I'm not sure what the jackhammer has to do with our conversation today. Plush Time, and Plush Time says I'm sorry for you too. Yeah. Um, Annie says, No accountability, yes. Yeah, none whatsoever. None. None, not even a little bit. I love to use the term wrong and strong. They're wrong in everything that they do and strong in their conviction that they're right. Wrong and strong. Yeah. Very, very, very disrespectful. No accountability at all, ever. Not with the children, not with their family, not with you, not with their coworkers. None whatsoever. None. Hey Vanessa, how you doing today? Vanessa says, "Hey Treasure, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you today? Are you feeling any better today, love? How are you feeling? Is that bug any better today? I hope you feel better." Um Annie says, "Thanks. It's better now, but the worst was it's unfair." Yeah. 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 Yeah, definitely. I'm sure traumatizing. I don't know if the kids were there, if the children are there, traumatizing for the children, all in the name of their right. And they can do whatever they want. Being disrespectful, being violent, and they can do whatever they want. Yeah, yeah. Hey Cedric, how you doing today? Welcome in. Cedric says, "Hey, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in." Today we're talking about the double standard joker narcissist. Yeah, how they can do whatever they want. And no accountability, don't hold themselves accountable, but they'll hold you to the fire, nail you to the cross for all of your actions, or if you say something in a wrong in any way, do as they say, not as they do. So their behavior never matches their actions. Excuse me, their behavior never matches their speech ever. Yeah, yeah. And then Half Moon says, "Even now that my trauma bond is almost gone, I don't know who to accept. My discernment is strong." Yep. "And no one looks right to me." Yeah. How can we trust again after what we have been through? Yeah, that's a work. It's a work in progress for sure. Um, you hit it on the nail. Discernment is going to allow you to see a snake for being a snake. Your discernment is going to tell you if you are to allow this person in your inner circle or if you are to walk or run, depending on the circumstances. And learning to trust again is probably one of the most difficult things. But I really believe this, that I think that that's done on purpose so that you can't move on with your life after them. Yeah, yeah. I think that if they leave you stuck in a bubble, if they have you in this hold, they're winning because they don't want you to, they want to leave you bruised and battered. When they leave you bruised and battered, they want you to stay in that place emotionally, spiritually, mentally. They want you to stay there so that they don't ever have to worry about you moving on with your life and being happy and trusting and loving someone else. So I really believe that that is strategically done on purpose. And they leave it that way so that we can stay in that bubble and stay in that, not afraid to move forward, afraid to take that leap, afraid to jump back in again. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, the phone was ringing, guys. Um, my fingers, I will cut the live off. So I didn't want to touch it. Um, yeah, so we're just going to continue to work through and we're going to continue to use our discernment. Um, and, you give people just enough. And in that little space of time, you observe them. And if they show you anything other than being loving, loyal, respectful, if they show you anything other, snip it and move on quickly. Yeah. Yep. And then Annie says, and I had to stand up for myself. It's the good side. It won't happen again. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Vanessa says, I'm feeling much better. Awesome. I love it. Good. That's awesome. And then Annie says, hey, Vanessa. Vanessa says, hey, Annie. Annie says, it's always about them, sadly. Check. Exactly. Yep. Annie is saying, hi, Cedric. Annie says, glad you're doing well, Vanessa. Yeah, much better. She wasn't feeling too good yesterday. Vanessa says, how are you, Annie? Annie says, I'm okay. My kid's dad start to act weird again, so I try to not let it affect my environment. Yep. Yep. That's his cross to bear. Pull back if you can. Um, yeah, it's the same cycles all over, all over. They repeat. Their behavior doesn't change. Their speech doesn't change. It's the same thing. They're gonna do better, and then they go back to being exactly who they are, or even worse. So yeah. And then Lauren says, smash the like button, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Smash the like button. Yes. And then Annie says, it's my bubble. Yep. Exactly. And Vanessa says, Annie, focus on yourself and your kids. Everything else will work out. Yes, Vanessa. Yep. Great advice. Yep. And Annie says, facts, Vanessa, you're right. Yes. Yes. Let the clown, let the joker have the circus. Let the clown, let the jokers have the circus. Let them play with each other. Let them manipulate each other. Let them play games with someone else. Yeah, but we don't want any parts of it. We don't want any parts of it. And then Vanessa says, I'm focusing on my happiness day by day. I can't believe how much headspace that the narc took up. I'm not going to allow them to destroy my life. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing though, right? You don't when you really start adding things up, you realize, wow, this person did have um, a lot of my headspace, had me thinking a certain way, had me feeling a certain way, had me responding a certain way. It is just, yeah, yep, yeah, yeah. So spot on, Vanessa. Yeah, yep. And then Annie says it's hard to anticipate their traumas because the narc took up. I'm not going to allow them to destroy. Oh, sorry. Because it makes no sense. I'm not surprised, but I just don't get the point. Nothing that they do, Annie, nothing that they do ever makes sense. Ever. They're wherever we are right now, they're planning your demise. They're doing all sorts of things. They're trying to throw dirt on your name. Nothing that they do makes sense. You can do nothing to these people, and they will not leave you alone. They will always have something negative to say. They will always have nothing of value ever. They're the most miserable people in the world. Absolutely miserable. Annie says, always same pattern. Yes. Yep. Hey, Shay, how you doing today? Welcome in. Shay says, hey, sis, Treasure Kings. Yes, how are you? And Shay says, hello, everyone. How are you today? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. How have you been? How have you been? And then Vanessa says, Annie, my child's father has gone ghost. He hasn't contacted my son in months, but I'm not allowing him to take my joy. Yep, I'm moving on with my life and living my best life. Yes, yes, yes. Um, Set your boundaries, because we know that they do spin the block. We know that they do come back around, whether it be for good or for evil. They do come back. They do come back. But if you set your boundaries, we set our boundaries and we say, you're not welcome here. You no longer take up any of my energy. You no longer take any of my space. You no longer have access. Access is denied in every way, shape, or form. You no longer are able to manipulate me and to control me and to gaslight me in any way, shape, or form. If you see them, smile and keep it pushing. The smile is not for them, the smile is for you. To let them know without letting them know, I'm good. You did me a favor, and I'm so happy that you will no longer have access to me. So I am very happy about that. Yeah, yep. Shay says, Annie, yes, they are, yep, chaotic. Yeah, yep, that's their middle name. They love chaos. Love chaos in every way. Half Moon says there is no excuse for the narc behavior, but I think the streets were calling to her. Live music, flowing alcohol, a plethora of men. Yep. It's nothing I can compete with. And you don't want to. You don't want to. Because if it's that easy with the music and the alcohol and the men, yeah, no. Then no, we don't want any parts of that. We don't want any parts of that. Not at all. Not at all. Yep, yeah. You don't want to compete with that, Half Moon. Too much negative energy there. No, And then Shay says, yes, they are mean and miserable. Shay, mwah. Mean and miserable. But don't you be mean back to them. Don't you be mean back to them. If they dish out that mean behavior, you better not dish it back to them. Don't do that. Don't you dare do that. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Unguarded, how are you today? Welcome in. Unguarded says narcissists will have you wanting to unalive. To unalive them. My mother and sister are narcissists, and I never thought I would stop loving them, but I don't hate them anymore. If that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Yes, a narcissist will make you hate them. Narcissists will infuriate you, burn your insides. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But when we distance ourselves and we go no contact, and we set our boundaries, and we let them know without letting them know, because I think we sometimes do too much talking with these people. Silence is golden when it comes to narcissists. Saying nothing, moving quietly, pulling back speaks volumes. And it burns them when you are that way. So yes, that makes sense. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that with a mother and a sister. And loving someone from a distance is sometimes what the doctor ordered. You can love people from a distance. Way, 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 way over there. You're my mother, you're my sister, and I love you because you're my blood, but we can't do this anymore. Access is denied. We can no longer play and tussle this game that you are playing. This disrespectful double standard game that you're playing. I'm not going to play with you anymore. I played with you for a while. I didn't know what you were doing. I didn't know what this sickness was about. But now I see it. Now I know what it looks like. Now I understand it. We're not doing that anymore. It takes too much of our energy, our good energy, that we could be using for something good. Yeah. Yep. And then Shay says, right half moon. That's where I'm at, unguarded. Yep. Yeah. You have to get there. You have to get there with these people. It's sad. And sometimes it's unfortunate depending on the relationship. But sometimes it's needed. It's needed. It's needed for us to say, But they want to bring out the worst in you. They want to bring out the worst in you so that they can sit back and then point the finger at you and show everybody and say, look at how they are acting. Meanwhile, not telling anyone what they did to you, how they infuriated you, how they did the most disgusting things to you, the unthinkable things to you. Yeah, yeah. And then Shay says, I have no hate for him, but those demons want me to hate his guts. Yeah. God is love. God is love. God is love. Distance yourself if you can. Set your boundaries. Know your worth. Put a high ticket price value on yourself. Because if you do that, when they try to jab at you, you know your high value price. You know your worth. your $1 million worth, your $1 billion worth. You won't let these people bring you down to their level. I say it all the time. They're in the dirt. They're in the mud. And if they can drag you in and bring you in the dirt and bring you in the mud with them, they're happy about that. They're low vibrating beings. They're negative people. They're miserable people. So they want you down in there with them. They're low thinking, gutter-minded people, and they want everybody else to be low with them. No, put a price, put a high value ticket price on yourself. And you hold your head up high. And you let them know, I'm not playing in the mud with you. I value myself. I am worthy. I am worth. And you put that price. Yeah. Yep. Unguarded said, the more that I got into the Bible and realized God has been with me through so much, I can't return, from what God has delivered me from through Jesus Christ. I'm in year 3, no contact. Congratulations. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Awesome, 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 awesome. Look at God. Look at God. Look how amazing God is. And look how when we draw close to him, look how he weans out all the dead weight, all the waste. Look at it. Look at that. I'm going to have to wrap up soon. My daughter left school, so I'm going to have to get her from the bus. But that is amazing. I love it. I love it. Half Moon says, I want a homebody who doesn't drink, who is happy with one man. I know that's right. I know that's right. And nothing wrong with that, Half Moon. Nothing wrong with that. Shay said, once I beefed up spiritually, all hell, simultaneously broke loose. Yep, because they're envious of God. They want you to serve them. They don't want you to serve God. In their mind, nothing and no one comes above them. Not even God. Yep, sounds familiar. Unguarded says, Shay, I used to cry at how I cut them off until I read when Jesus said, a man's enemy is a member of his family. Yeah, King James Version. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I lost my spot. Annie said, I had a date. I think he reacted to it, saying he ghosted his kid 6 months, then came back as a flower. Yeah. Yep. Because they know. They watch you from afar. They know everything about you. You had a date, and now all of a sudden he's coming back sweet as ever. Right. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then Shay says, yes, Unguarded, as my relationship grew with the Most High, the hate, intensified. Yep. So did the love bombing too, though. Right. Because they were coming back faker than ever. Faker than ever. And then Annie says, hey, Shay. And then Vanessa says, Annie, I find it hard too when my Nart baby daddy plays his games, but I'm focusing on my happiness because my life is too short. Exactly, exactly. And Shay is saying, hi, Annie. Annie says, hi, Unguarded. And then Half Moon said, I called her what I thought then let her go. No contact for almost a year now. Awesome. Awesome. And then Annie says, well said, Vanessa. And Shay said, no child deserves to have them as a parent. They are cold, calculated, and dark. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's why we have to pray up, stay praying over our children at all times. Yep. Keep our children prayed up. Yeah. Unguarded says, Shay, yes, yes. That's where I am. They are waiting for my unguarded hour. But God said no. Um, did you know that the Bible says if you love your parents or children more than me, then you're not worthy? Yes. Yep. And they should have respect. They should respect the fact that you love God the way you love God. But they don't because they're envious people. Yeah. And then Unguarded says, hi all. Yes, welcome in. Welcome in. So happy to have you. And then Shay says, that's right. Unguarded said, after I read that scripture, my heart has been healing every day. There you go. There you go. And know that we didn't do anything wrong. I say that all the time. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't create this havoc. We didn't create this chaos. We didn't create this confusion. They try to make you seem, they try to make it seem like you did, but we did not. We did not start this. We didn't start it. We may have finished it, but we definitely didn't start it. Unguarded said, after I read that scripture, yep, sorry, I read that. Annie said, no, don't be mean because they will tantrum. Double standards, exactly. Shay says, I still have many bad days. I feel as though I failed my kids. No, no. They know exactly what to say. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly what to say and exactly what to do to get you to that point. Ask for forgiveness. Tell your children, please forgive me. And part of it is that we will be so hard on ourselves. You didn't fail your kids. You start anew, you start fresh, and you move forward. That's it. That's it. And you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Yeah, you live and you learn, and you turn up your discernment moving forward. Yeah. Half Moon says, 12 watching and 12 watching and only 9 likes, folks. Pony up the likes. Oh, Lord. Half Moon, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Between you, Love, and Lawrence, and Annie, I don't know. Oh, my goodness. Unguarded said, I moved and I didn't give my mother my address, but I don't understand how she found out I moved because it's been 3 years since I spoke to her and she didn't have my number, so she emailed me. Yeah, because they're monitoring spirits. They have that monitoring spirit. They always want to know what you're doing. They always want to know who you're doing it with. They always want to know everything about you at every moment. They're sick inside when they don't know what you're doing, who you're doing it with, what you have going on, where you're living, where you're working, what you're doing, all of the above, and then some. They want to know everything about you, but you are not to know anything about them. Double standard, guys, double standards. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. I'm going to wrap up. Annie says, yeah, me too. But I made all I could to let them know I'm here for them. Yeah. 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 Yep, exactly. And Shay says, I kept calm today on the phone call in regards to business. He is so disrespectful, hurt my feelings. Yeah, I cried after I prayed to God. He will never hear my cries again. God had a master plan. Yeah. But they're doing what when we realize and understand that whatever they're doing to get a reaction out of us. They're doing whatever they're doing to hurt us. They're doing that on purpose. So if we put up this barrier and we put that no matter what they say and no matter what they do, we know it's not the truth. We know that it has no bearing at all because it's nonsense. If we keep that in our minds and we know that that's their mentality, that's how they operate, nothing they say, and it's hard because you have to get to that point, but you pray and ask God to get you to that point that nothing they say or do bothers you. Yeah. Yeah, but I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I gotta get my daughter from the bus. Unguarded said she keeps astro projecting in my home. I had to ask my pastor to anoint holy oil on my home. My mother and my sister are witches. Oh boy. Yeah, they're monitoring spirits. They really are. Shay says, of course, he will be different later on. Insane. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, because they're all over the place. Because they're whatever you're expecting, they're gonna do the complete opposite. Yeah. Yep. And keep it business. Keep it business only. Keep it business. Yep. And Annie says unguarded because she still wants a grip on your feelings. Yep. Always same pattern is super weird. Yeah. And then Shay says, wow. But yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. I do have to get my daughter from the bus. I'm sorry. I'm a single mom, so please forgive me. We'll be back tomorrow. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Have a wonderful evening. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to connect for a one-on-one, I'm working on some things with that. But I'll put all the information under this live so you can connect with me. Connect with me if you would like to. And then we'll be back tomorrow. I love you guys. Have a great evening. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. We welcome you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Check out Shay Love's channel. She also has an amazing channel, so check out her channel as well. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Okay, I love you. I got to get my daughter from the bus. Talk to you later. Love you, Kingdom. Bye-bye.